Hi guys, so just to kind of give you an update, I am now reading Kings of the Wyld and I'm at page 198. I'm at page 200 basically right now. And it's going fairly well. They've just got the band together, and just to forewarn everybody, there is spoilers in this because I'm just going to be talking about my thoughts throughout this whole book that I'm reading. So, and I'm going to be doing that with pretty much all my books that I'm reading right now. So, just forewarn you, if you don't want to hear about it, let me know. Just stop watching, and then I'm going to do a wrap up at the end. But I'm reading this one. I'm actually getting ready to smoke some chicken, and I'm reading this while I'm putting a puzzle together, which it's this one right here, Nightmare Before Christmas, one of my favorite movies. And then today, I also read 3 chapters in A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I have never read anything by Sarah J. Maas, and this is one of my first books. So far, our main character, Freya, her sisters are jerks, by the way. One of them is less jerky than the other one because she seems more innocent and just doesn't know any better. But the other sister, which I'm sure she's the oldest, just from the years and stuff that she has said, not making assumptions about older siblings, but she's just a jerk. They were a family that were high ranking and had a lot of wealth, and then they lost it all. And their mother has died, so they just have a father who can't really do much. So Freya has to go into the forest near the border between the Fey world and our world, and she has basically, from what I'm assuming, she has killed a Fae and doesn't even know it yet. So we're going to see what happens with that because she's selling off the pelt of the Fae. And which you would think, if it was a real Fae, that when she killed him, he would turn back to his human form. Unless, it doesn't work like that with Fae. Then, because that would be their real form. And then if they go to human form, that would be their mask, so to speak. So far, I am liking it. Sisters are irritating me though, so I can't wait for something to happen to them. And then I'm really enjoying this one. Again, lots of laughs. I really like it. So that is the update that I'm going to do for now. And as I continue reading, I will give you another update. Hi guys. So just a little update here on reading Kings of the Wyld. I'm trying to whisper because my husband is sleeping on the couch right now, so that's why I'm in my bedroom. But it's so funny. Right now, they're in basically to get their last bandmate. They had to promise to basically fight in an arena, kind of like Hunger Games or like the Coliseum. And it's so funny. They have a wizard, and he cast a spell. It was an electric spell, and it's so funny. I gotta read you this part. Okay, so he casts the spell, and it says, the wizard's body jolted once. His fringe of long white hair blew out like a crown of dandelion gone to seed, and then he collapsed in a heap, unconscious. I laughed so hard at that. It was so funny. But I am going to be reading for the rest of the night. I got my water. I got my book. And I will update you guys a little bit later. But I had to share that with you because that was just way too funny not to share. So today I've read a good amount of Kings of the Wyld. And there are, again, some funny parts. And I actually I was laughing out loud because our main character, Clay, there was a bad guy in here that his name was Caloric, I think that's how you say it, that he was just a super nasty person, and they have sky ships, and Clay ended up throwing them over the deck. And I was like, yes, because this guy was just a jerk. Spend most of the time on Snapchat with my nieces and nephews, just kind of talking with them, and they live downstate, so I was just talking with them, and I was reading, but there wasn't really much that was going on. So today I'm going to be reading quite a bit. I was going to play my Tomb Raider game, but I'm at the very end and my husband wants to play it. So I really don't want to play it in front of him because I feel like it's going to spoil everything. Because it's the whole, I just found out something very important about it, and I feel like it would ruin it for him if he watched it at all. So I am just kind of waiting either for him to go to sleep or it early in the morning, which didn't happen today because my eye swelled up yesterday, so I took a Benadryl, and I'm very much a lightweight when you come to medicine and stuff, and I ended up sleeping and was very groggy this morning, so I did not play anything, but I've made myself a coffee, and I drink black coffee and coffee with creamer. I drink pretty much everything, but today I was really feeling this type of coffee, especially being Easter Sunday, and I hope everybody's having a great day, and I hope you enjoyed today. We have got a ham in the oven, and I've got scalloped potatoes ready to be put in the oven right after that, and it's going to end up being a really, really good day. But I hope everybody's having a good day and staying healthy and staying safe. I'm going to continue reading this. I did pick up another book. Me and my niece were talking. We like the same genre a lot. And she recommended a book that I should read. And I have that book. I have the first book in the series. So I was like, I'll just pick that up. It's not a very long book, so I might be picking it up to date if I can get quite a bit of this done or hit a spot where I really don't want to continue on. So that's kind of what's going on today. Other than that, I need to drink coffee. I might put on makeup later just to see what happens, but as far as right now, I'm not, because yesterday it swelled up so bad, and it doesn't hurt or anything, and like if you Google any images of eye swelling, it doesn't swell that bad, but it itches so bad, and I just don't want to itch anymore. But I'm gonna continue reading, drinking my coffee, and having a great day.
Hi guys, just to give you an update, I did finish Kings of the Wyld by Nicholas Ames, and this was a really, really good book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was exactly what I needed right now. It was hilarious, it was bloody, it was amazing. There was friendship, camaraderie, a good ending, everything like that. And so to tell you how everything wrapped up, because like I said at the beginning, there's a lot of spoilers in this, and you're just going to be ruined by it. But if you never pick up this book, you won't ever experience it, and I feel sad for you. But how it ends really good. Everybody ends up being happy except for one. So Clay Cooper, our main character, the one that's kind of narrating this whole thing, he ends up being able, they win at the very end, they kill the bad guy, and then they head their separate ways. The band never gets together after that. Clay Cooper goes home to his wife and kids, and it ends up being a very happy ending, but it does make it sound like his daughter, Tabby, is going to be a mercenary. I hope so, because she ends up killing a centaur, which is awesome, while he's away. And then we have Gabriel. They did end up rescuing his daughter, Rose, and it was this big, massive fight at the end. It was wonderful. And Gabriel ends up basically hanging out with his daughter, Rose. And it says here that their lives, along with those of her partner, Free Cloud, she has a boyfriend, and they're the subject of numerous songs and stories. So it looks like he continues on being a mercenary. And then we have Ganlon. He ends up, his is kind of a sad story. He ends up going back to the mines where he was frozen as a statue, and being frozen as a statue because he ends up having a love story throughout this book, and she just disappears, and she ends up being kind of a good guy, bad guy. It's really interesting how they wrote it in, but she ends up disappearing, so he's basically waiting for her, and he wants to be frozen as a statue again. So that is kind of sad, but he ends up having a daughter as well. So I'm kind of curious of what the next book is going to hold. And then we have Moog, who ends up rebuilding his tower that got destroyed at the very beginning, and he found a cure for the rot, which he was suffering from, and he ends up it has the antidote for it and starts healing people from the rot. And then we have Matrix. He ends up being an emperor to Castian because they rebuild everything, and he ends up being the emperor back again, and it's just really, really good. It ended so well. I give this definitely 5 stars, and I had a thoroughly enjoyable time reading it and then vlogging it and vlogging my experience. So definitely pick up this book, guys. Even though you've been spoiled by the ending, it's such a good book to read. And then, since I finished that, I have picked up The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. I think I say that last name right, but so far I'm only to chapter 3. I don't know. The person, because this is a used book, has labeled all the chapters, and that really annoys me. So if you have any suggestions of how to get that off the pages, it's red ink. Other than getting a eraser that erases ink, but I'm afraid it's going to destroy the page. So if you have any suggestions, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Because I don't mind used books, but when someone writes in it like that, I don't even mind notes that they make. But when they do stuff like that, it irritates the snot out of me. It's like, really? They didn't put chapter marks for a reason. It adds to the story. So, anyways, Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. Not too far into it. I am as far as Shaharza? I think that's how you say the name right. I've looked it up several times. I am as far as her surviving the first night, which hasn't happened to anybody before her. So I will give you my thoughts up to that point, but for this vlog, it is over with and done, and let me know what you think of this vlog, and I will see you guys in the next one.